GrownFolksMusic.com.
Welcome to GrownFolksMusic.com.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Have you always used your full name, or do you use it because of Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys?
That's, you know what, it started there because we were doing songwriting. I knew we were kind of running into him. And then there was another gospel artist called Brian Wilson too.
Okay.
And so the person that was doing my promotions at the time used to work with that guy. So to just kind of avoid confusion, we had him my whole name. I'm glad we did though.
It set you apart.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Courtneys.
Well, you get to say your whole name. Most people don't use their whole name.
Yeah, I dig it.
You have a new album.
Yes, ma'am. Worth Fighting For. It releases in January, and it's available for pre-release now too, actually for pre-sale on iTunes, Amazon, Google. And I'm really excited about it. It's my first live project, and it's also the first recording we've done with Motown Gospel, who I signed with in 2014.
I was going to ask you about Motown Gospel. It's a new label for you.
It's great.
What does it mean to be affiliated with such an iconic label as Motown, the legacy?
I love it. I love it. You know, one of my goals musically was to I want to create the type of catalog or be a part of the type of catalog of music that influences the culture for a long time. And there are many ways to do that. You know, through creating, through collaborating, and through partnering with companies like Motown Gospel. So I'm really glad about the path we're on.
Back to the album, who's responsible for the writing and the production of the album? Is the whole album live? Is part of the studio, or the entire thing is live? And
most of it is live. There are 2 studio tracks. One is a studio track that's on the record, and then one is a studio track that's a bonus track that we did with Tina Campbell of Mary Mary fame. But I wrote most of the lyrics and the music, and partnered with Aaron Lindsay on rounding out the production and making sure we had something people wanted to hear.
You have what I call a throwback voice. You have an old school voice. There's something very familiar about it to me. It reminds me of the deacons and them that used to do devotion service back in the day. We call it praise and worship now, but there's something very familiar about your voice, and I mean that as a compliment. When and where did you start singing, and when did you know that you wanted to be a recording artist?
Well, the irony of it is that when I started, it was because my dad made me go, who was a deacon in our Baptist church. He made me connect with him, and I used to hate it, man, because I missed Fantasy Island and Love Boat on Saturday nights when they used to make us go. But I learned a lot about what this music was about for us. It wasn't just about making it sound good. It was about making it feel right, making it feel like you could keep going. Because these guys were getting together to keep each other moving forward during the week. And that's what I'm hoping my music does now. So when you tell me that it's an old school, it's throwback, man, that makes me feel good, because I know that what you're hearing now is rooted in something that I was taught years ago.
United Tenors.
Yeah.
You're one of the United Tenors.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience.
Awesome, because I was with Fred Hammond, you know, and I'm a big fan of Fred Hammond's. I've been a follower of his for years. His music has helped inform my walk. And so to get the call from him and be asked to participate, and then to not just go from participating, but to be able to call Fred a friend, somebody we talk once, twice a week now. And it's that's probably the best thing that came out of the experience. Beyond the great music was being able to go from being a fan of Fred's to being a friend of Fred's.
Any plans for United Tenors in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. But you never can say when, because we all are on different labels. So sometimes that can make it tough from a business standpoint. But you never say never, man. It's a brotherhood, man. I just heard from Dave. He was just shouting out my record the other day. We all shout out each other's record. Eric hit me today, said he wanted to do a video for my record. So, we're going to keep working together. Hopefully we'll be able to do another UT album.
This is the point of the interview when you get to shout it out. What that means is that you get to talk about all things Brian Courtney Wilson, meaning when we can get the album, where we can get the album, all of your social media platforms, where we can find you if you'll be performing live, other than tonight, obviously. All things Brian Courtney Wilson. Go.
Yeah, my name is Brian Courtney Wilson. You can reach me on Twitter at @BCourtneyWilson, and on Instagram at Brian Courtney Wilson, on Facebook at Brian Courtney Wilson. I got a new album coming out. It's called Worth Fighting For. The single is available right now. The album is going to be released in January 6th, but you can get it for pre-sale right now. Just go to iTunes, Amazon, Google, and get that record. And man, please know that it was a celebration that night. It was my first live recording. We celebrated, we cried together, we danced together, we laughed together, and I think that's what you're gonna feel when you hear this record. So I can't wait till you get it.
Brian Courtney Wilson, thank you for your time this evening.
Kimberly,
We appreciate
thank you for letting me be a part of Grown Folks Music.
GrownFolksMusic.com